The Gazetteer lists Portavadie as a remote hamlet in Argyll on the east shore of Loch Fyne, but to the government the word means a recurring nightmare. The Scottish Development Department built a yard for oil platform construction, but having won not a single order, the dry dock was redundant after 2 years. Today, contractors smashed through the cofferdam, protecting the site from high tide, and as the water
Tom, the mood is tense, but the official word is that no more troops are scheduled to depart for Grenada. The base is not on a heightened state of alert. Things are operating about normal. Now, these are the nuts and bolts people. The Marines stress that they stay out of the political arguments and concentrate on getting the job done, a phrase that's been repeated over and over again by everyone from generals to privates. Now, the Marines have been ordered not to talk about Grenada or Lebanon, but wives and some family members are talking. We clear? Clear. No, just wait. No clear yet.
We were sitting out on the front porch, and my husband decided, he'd go take a shower. And the minute he got in there, the phone rang again, and I answered it, and the guy was on shortwave, I guess. He said, "Would you accept a collect call from Jim, Beirut?" And I just started pounding on the wall. That's the only way I could get my husband's attention. And he comes in here dripping wet, and I said, it's Jimmy. And I heard his voice, and he says, "Mom, I'm okay, don't worry." And then I let his dad talk to him, and we just fell apart then. We couldn't literally, we just said, "Thank God, he's all right."
They're up in the northern mountains of Lebanon at a place called Baalbek. Now,
It may be forceful and violent.
They grow in.
Natural lines provide surprising irregularities. Nature repeats, but always with variation.
First, Donna Pescal.
They succeeded. The story is still a precarious one for Hudson. Wrapped in bandages, he not only has burns over 40% of his body, his lungs are injured. He's not getting enough oxygen to his heart and other organs. If he doesn't, they stop. Doctors are worried about his chances of surviving.
Very slim. That's a particularly ominous sign. He has responded to resuscitation so far, but he's still, as I've already said, very precarious.
His lungs are being mechanically supported.
Really isn't out of the woods until the process is completely resolved.
Hopes are high for the other young man.
Plus a glimpse into the dead zone and actress Lee Bullman tomorrow at 7:30 on Channel 7.
Attitude check!
The invasion of Grenada, an independent member of the Commonwealth under the Queen, left the Foreign Secretary in a clearly embarrassed position. Sir Geoffrey Howe admitted there were differences of opinion between those of President Ronald Reagan and those of the Thatcher government on the question of safety of foreign nationals in Grenada.
As I've already made plain to the House, we formed the judgment yesterday, as the right honourable gentleman reminded us.
Hopes are high for the other young man.
A very different perspective from that which we do.
Sir Geoffrey said that Britain first knew of the plans for a possible invasion late last night. He said Britain at that time had offered some words of caution. Then he drew laughter in the House when he said that Britain knew of the final plans early this morning. Sir Geoffrey said as far as Britain was concerned up until then, the Caribbean nations had decided to sanction Grenada economically and politically. He said that at that time, Britain had not been invited to participate militarily in any intervention. But Dennis Healy, the shadow foreign secretary, pointed out that President Reagan said he had been invited to intervene militarily Sunday, and that if Britain didn't know until last night of plans for a possible invasion, then she was deceived by her American ally and by some of her Commonwealth partners. He said Britain's position was piteously impotent in the situation. Bob Ireland, CTV News, London.
The Magna Carta was put on display amid pomp and circumstance. Yet there was a serious moment as the crowd bowed silently to remember the tragedy in Lebanon and the freedoms which the Marines and the Magna Carta seek to preserve.
This is a bittersweet kind of...
Well, in watching a seedling...
And we anticipate the operation to correct. Time will tell us. We really don't expect to have any different idea. If the spinal cord is actually, we're hopeful that will recover, but feel that there's been either clearly as a very important concern in terms of being able to
20.
We've just completed field number 5. We'll be moving to field number 10. They ought to be ready for those sack lunches in about 30 minutes, over.
That'll be fine.
This vehicle has been positioned where the demolished building rubbish is being cleared.
Watching Marines in full battle gear storm out of the vehicle was a somber reminder that others in the same uniform died yesterday. Military and civilians in the defense field said Beirut underscored the need for a better equipped armed force. This vehicle was actually part of a fleet built 10 years ago. Some are in Lebanon right now, while others are being brought to FMC for re-outfitting with better equipment. The workers at FMC were thinking about Beirut too.
So that if our boys do have to use them, that they will have the maximum protection.
The tragedy in Lebanon was kind of...
This is the satellite audio circuit from ITN London. Ici le circuit son par satellite en provenance d'ITN Londres. Dies ist die Satellitentonleitung aus ITN London. This is the satellite audio circuit from ITN London. Ici le circuit son par satellite en provenance d'ITN Londres. Dies ist die Satellitentonleitung aus ITN London. This is the satellite audio circuit from ITN London. Ici le circuit son par satellite en provenance d'ITN London.
Tom Snyder, have you had your life to live over again? Don't do it.
He's Tom Snyder. He's on Eyewitness News, starting Tuesday.
Tonight on Eyewitness News at 11.
R2, where are you?
Isn't it wonderful to see them again? They really are like family.
May the Force be with us.
May the Force be with us for a long time to come.
Watch Eyewitness News with Tom Snyder and Katie Tong and see Star Wars 3 tonight.
Indicated that he hopes that American troops do not have to stay there any longer than is absolutely necessary. He said he hopes they can be out of there very quickly. Don, Harry, back to you.
We felt that
The world premiere of the right...
of the movie.
Rolling back in the station. Well, hold it. There's no point in rolling it from here if they're not taking it back there. Okay.
NX is 3661.
When it's not as coincidental as the producers would like to suggest. It's a wonderful box office hype.
Among the crowds attending the Washington premiere last...
Well, I was...
That some number
of tobacco.
I don't think...
Investment between New York State...
Keep talking. All right, 1, 2.
Here I am. I've never done one of these where it goes perfectly, Tulsa, so hang in there.
30 seconds.
Okay. Wish I had one of those. That's my Korean hairdresser. He's starting on 2, then I'm going to toss it over to him. Okay, I'll do a little setup. Hope I can hear this guy.
15.
Should I hear him?
Not yet.
Well, Bob, it's certainly been an eventful 2 days here in Washington, D.C. Congress barely returned from its weekend recess, and it was faced with the tragedy in Beirut, and today, of course, the invasion of Grenada. With me is a man who's been dealing with both those issues, Oklahoma Senator Don Nichols. Senator, do you think, now that you've had a day to talk with your colleagues and you've heard the reports from the White House,
as long as our ground forces are deployed in a vulnerable position, I would take every possible step to protect them against further casualties. This would require, at a minimum, concrete and steel reinforcements, a system of bunkers, and much improved perimeter defenses. If, as it now appears, all possible precautions were not taken prior to the recent tragedy, this is the most serious matter that requires full accountability.
Irrelevant because the Constitution to which Grenada reverts.
Marine Lieutenant Michael is en route to Grenada and has had no word yet of the fate of his brother.
He knows. The U.S. may be in.
These terrorist bombings moved higher. The number of dead U.S. Marines, sailors, and soldiers is now a confirmed 214. The number of dead French military men stands at 38. At the area around
that they have lost radio communication with the island. In one statement, the Cubans said that their workers on Grenada were resisting heroically the attacks of the United States, and the Cuban television newscast tonight went on to say again, as it had been...
Group down 1/8, 2 stocks in the spotlight.
Whether it is a violation of the...
the safety to the American civilians, and as we see...
because neighboring nations...
Those figures also put some further...
If it was well prepared ahead of time and known ahead of time that...
Senator John Tower.
we could have a little more, well, I guess we can turn it up all the way here. Yeah.
Yes. Yep, working fine.
Yeah, Jacques. Sounds fine. Yeah?
Yeah. Okay, Bob, can you hear me okay? I'm down this end. How about you? Where are you, Bob?
Over here, Tom.
Okay, I see you, Bob. Tom right here. See along the left-hand side of the play-by-play.
Thank you.
You too. Harsky with Wayne, Bunny, and Gerard, Gautier.
The Reagan administration appeared to some members of Congress to have has historically been viewed as a
1984. In fact, if you go back, they say the revenues have increased.
September, consumer.
Well, 3 months.
Not on the organization of the government of Nicaragua or of its policies, not on its more recent history.
When you ran.